love is not enough. And what I mean by love is you can't just say yes, 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 and keep giving the child or the dog everything that they want and expect them to turn out really balanced. We need to understand this concept, as I call it, of know and I love you, which is laying down a boundary with your dog, with your child, which says, nah, that's not okay. I make the rules here. And the important point, of course, is no. When you say no, it doesn't have to come from a place of anger or shouting. It can be very calm. You give, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. Hey, Doggy Dan here with another edition of Pup Dates, where I share with you my knowledge as I take my dogs for a walk in the woods. And today, it's a pretty cold day, but the sun's shining. And I'm going to start a new kind of topic, which is sharing with you some of my discoveries from my book, which I wrote in 2013 called What the Dogs Taught Me About Being a Parent. And it's really a look at the similarities between raising children and training dogs, because there were so many similarities. And, you know, I wrote this book and it's really helped me and many, many people, because we've all been children at some time. So we can all kind of relate to a lot of what I share in this book and apply it to our dogs. So today I want to share with you one of the biggest topics. It's kind of a bit of a blend of things here. It's more than one thing, really. But the key piece in this video is kind of love is not enough. And when I say love, what I mean by love is basically when we just say yes, yes, yes to our children or our dogs and give them everything that they want, thinking that that is going to make them happy and somehow create a quote, quote, good dog or a well-behaved child. It doesn't. You know, time and time again as a dog trainer, and I'm talking like thousands of times, I've been to somebody's house and they love their dog and their dog's an absolute nightmare. You know, they give their dog everything that the dog wants. They think their dog's as cute as can be. Dear little Harry or Barry or Belinda or whatever the dog's name is. Little Belinda's so cute. And all they do is give. They say yes, yes, yes to whatever the dog wants. The problem is the dog becomes a spoiled dog, just like a spoiled child. They have no boundaries. And actually what happens is the dogs and the children, they almost, what's the best way of putting this? They can't relax. They don't switch off. Their nervous system is constantly on, go, a lot of the time. Now, not every child and every dog is slightly different. But what I'm talking about here is the need for us to be able to step into our power and say to our children and our dogs, no. I call it no and I love you. It comes from the heart, but you lay down these, we call them rules or boundaries. So with your children, it may be no, you're allowed an hour or 2 hours on your computer a day. With the dog, it may be no, you're not allowed on the bed. You know, it may be no, you're not allowed to jump up and grab food off the table. Or it may be you're not allowed to sit on the couch. Putting some simple boundaries in place with your dog is so powerful. And what you're actually doing is you're setting yourself up as the one who makes the decisions in the house. Now, when it comes to raising children, what an important thing this is. You know, too many times I've come across, because I'm also actually a qualified teacher. I've had a few careers in my time. But one of the things I've found is there's this combination that we need to bring to our children as a parent and as a dog owner. And it's that, yes, you love your children. You give them what they want as much as you can if it's good for them. But we also need to put down these boundaries and say, no, that's not okay. And so a lot of what I share with people, with their dogs, is understanding how to step into our power as dog owners, saying to the dogs, no, that's not okay. I'm in charge. I make the rules. Now, where this becomes beautiful, now I've worked in doggy daycares where I've got 90 dogs in the doggy daycare, or there's 90 dogs, and I'm looking after 30 of the big dogs. What's beautiful is when the dogs know that you're in charge, they switch off and relax. Some of them, they'll go to sleep. Some of them will start playing with all the other dogs that never really play because they're always on guard at home. But when I'm in charge, they can relax and they play. Same with kids. You know, the number of kids who come to our house and you see them just relax and switch off. They know that my wife Jenny and I, we've got it covered. So if you're struggling with a dog who's always kind of nervous or like looking out the windows or barky or can't switch off or doesn't seem to play, chances are they've got more on their mind than you realize. And what you really need to do is maybe stop spoiling them, stop giving them, you know, everything that they want, and set down some rules, boundaries. Tell these dogs, hey, I got you covered. I'm in charge. Because just like a good teacher, that's one of my favorite analogies, just like a good teacher who's in charge, all the kids in the class, they switch off, they relax, and they're happy kids. They're ready to learn, they have fun, and they appreciate that the teacher's running the show. It's the same in anything, whether it's a sports team or a business. When the person who's in charge, the captain or the manager, when he or she is running the show well, everybody's happy, everything works well, how we need it to be. So to summarize, love is not enough. And what I mean by love is you can't just say yes, 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 and keep giving the child or the dog everything that they want and expect them to turn out really balanced. We need to understand this concept, as I call it, of know and I love you, which is laying down a boundary with your dog, with your child, which says, nah, that's not okay. I make the rules here. And the important point, of course, is no. When you say no, it doesn't have to come from a place of anger or shouting. It can be very calm. You go, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's best to turn your iPad off now. You've had an hour and a half. Let's go, no, let's turn it off now. Or with your dog, it's off the couch. We'll just move them off. They jump on again, you move them off. They jump up again, you maybe pop them in timeout. They'll get the message. No, and I love you. That's the message. Alrighty, that's another episode or a video of Pup Dates brought to you as I walk my dogs in the woods. Have a beautiful day. See you till next time. Bye.